One of the most prominent things that the West focuses on is Islamic law.
أستاذ حامد، تقول بأن الشريعة جزء من المشكلة وليست الحل، لأن المسلمين لم يتفقوا على تفسير ما جاء في القرآن منذ زمن الخلفاء.
الشريعة هي جزء من نظام قبلي سياسي من القرن السابع مع ظروف نشأة الإسلام، وكان نظاما مهما وفعالا للمسلمين في القرن السابع، ولكن لا نستطيع أن ننقل نفس النصوص ونفس الأحكام ونطبقها على حياتنا اليوم، وإلا ستطير مجتمعاتنا كلها مثل داعش. وفي أجزاء كثير من مجتمعاتنا تفكر مثل داعش تماما، لأنها تربت على أن هذا هو شرع الله ولا يمكن تغيير شرع الله.
This core foundation of Islam often depicted as how barbaric, reactionary and inhumane. But the reality is that it is quite the opposite. It actually aims to create a healthy, cohesive and harmonious society in which security and justice prevail. Before jumping to the 5 purposes in question, what does Islamic law really mean? Islamic law, also known as Sharia, serves as a comprehensive framework guiding Muslim individuals and communities in various aspects of life. Its primary purposes are to uphold 5 key objectives, known as the maqasid al-Sharia. These objectives are essential principles aimed at promoting human welfare, justice, and the preservation of societal values. So, what are they? 1. Preservation of religion. O you who believe! Enter into submission, wholeheartedly, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan, he is to you an outright enemy. And do not invoke with Allah any other God. There is no God but He. All things perish, except His presence. His is the judgment, and to Him you will be returned. And dedicate yourself to the true religion, a monotheist, and never be of the polytheists. And do not call, apart from Allah, on what neither benefits you nor harms you. If you do, you are then one of the wrongdoers. Today those who disbelieve have despaired of your religion. So do not fear them but fear me. This day I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor upon you and have approved for you Islam as religion. Say, my Lord has guided me to a straight path, an upright religion, the creed of Abraham the monotheist, who was not a polytheist. Say, my prayer and my worship, and my life and my death, are devoted to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. O you who have believed, fear Allah as He should be feared and do not die except as Muslims. And judge between them according to what Allah revealed, and do not follow their desires. And beware of them, lest they lure you away from some of what Allah has revealed to you. But if they turn away, know that Allah intends to strike them with some of their sins. In fact, a great many people are corrupt. Is it the laws of the time of ignorance that they desire? Who is better than Allah in judgment for people who are certain? The primary purpose of Sharia is to safeguard and protect the fundamental tenets of Islam. It encompasses the belief in one God, the prophethood of Muhammad, the practice of prayer, fasting, charity, and pilgrimage, and the adherence to moral and ethical values. By preserving the religion, Sharia ensures the spiritual well-being of individuals and the Muslim community as a whole. All these religious practices comes after the crucial doctrine in Islam, which is Tawhid, monotheism, or the belief in one God. Muslims believe that God Almighty is the only source of objective morality, therefore He is the only one who has the right to legislate for His creation and to tell them what's good and what's bad. The thing which makes sense actually, even in our daily life, we know that the maker of something is the only one who has the right to tell you how to use it, simply because He's the only one who knows about it in details. So, if you knew that the instruction manual of a product is indeed made by its maker, then you would follow it without hesitating. Why? Because the product is valuable and you won't want it to get damaged. Well, same goes with Islam. If we establish that the Quran is from Allah, the creator of everything, then the outcome of that is the same. 2. Preservation of life. Because of that we ordained for the children of Israel, that whoever kills a person, unless it is for murder or corruption on earth, it is as if he killed the whole of mankind, and whoever saves it, it is as if he saved the whole of mankind. Our messengers came to them with clarifications, but even after that, many of them continue to commit excesses in the land. And do not kill the soul which Allah has made sacred, except in the course of justice. If someone is killed unjustly, we have given his next of kin certain authority. But he should not be excessive in killing, for he will be supported. O you who believe! Do not consume each other's wealth illicitly, but trade by mutual consent. And do not kill yourselves, for Allah is merciful towards you. And spend in the cause of Allah, and do not throw yourselves with your own hands into ruin, and be charitable. Allah loves the charitable. Another central objective of Islamic law is to protect and uphold the sanctity of human life. Sharia prohibits actions that pose a threat to life, such as murder, suicide, and harm to oneself or others. It also encourages practices that promote safety, well-being, and the preservation of life, such as healthcare, provisions for basic needs, and measures to prevent harm and violence. Even the capital punishment in Islam that some humanist activists oppose and claim it's barbaric. If you think about it objectively, it's there for overall safety and security of societies. 3. Preservation of intellect. He gives wisdom to whomever he wills. Whomever has been given much good. But none pays heed except those with insight. Verily, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of the night and the day, there are signs for people of understanding. Be tolerant, and command decency, and avoid the ignorant. O you who believe! Intoxicants, gambling, idolatry, and divination are abominations of Satan's doing. Avoid them, so that you may prosper. Sharia aims to safeguard human intellect and promote intellectual development. It prohibits actions that impair one's mental faculties, such as intoxication and substance abuse. Additionally, Islamic law advocates for education, critical thinking, and the pursuit of knowledge as means to enhance individual and communal intellectual well-being. The thing which we don't often see in most societies, where a lot of laws don't take in consideration the well-being of individual but rather the economical interest. Most of governments in the world, especially in the West, allow certain detrimental things for human mind like alcohol, drugs, pornography, along with pushing certain toxic ideologies in school that go with their agenda. 4. Preservation of family. And do not come near adultery. It is immoral, and an evil way. And Lot, when he said to his people, "Do you commit lewdness no people anywhere have ever committed before you? You lust after men rather than women. You are an excessive people." And his people's only answer was to say, "Expel them from your town, they are purest people." But we saved him and his family, except for his wife, she was of those who lagged behind, and we rained down on them a rain. Note the consequences for the sinners. Islamic law emphasizes the importance of preserving family and societal structures through the protection of lineage and progeny. Sharia encourages marriage, family stability, and responsible parenting. It prohibits actions that undermine the institution of family, such as adultery, promiscuity, and neglect of familial responsibilities. By safeguarding lineage, Sharia aims to foster healthy and cohesive communities. Things which we don't see in most societies nowadays, a world where women precisely are becoming like commodities. You can literally order a woman in the same way you order a pizza takeaway. Take the most precious thing she has, her honor, for a few bucks, and then kick her out of your home like a rat. 5. Preservation of wealth. O you who believe! Do not consume each other's wealth illicitly, but trade by mutual consent. And do not kill yourselves, for Allah is merciful towards you. And spend in the cause of Allah, and do not throw yourselves with your own hands into ruin, and be charitable. Allah loves the charitable. Those who swallow usury will not rise, except as someone driven mad by Satan's touch. That is because they say, commerce is like usury. But Allah has permitted commerce, and has forbidden usury. Whoever, on receiving advice from his Lord, refrains, may keep his past earnings, and his case rests with Allah. But whoever resumes, these are the dwellers of the fire, wherein they will abide forever. Allah condemns usury, and He blesses charities. Allah does not love any sinful ingrate. O you who believe! Fear Allah, and forego what remains of usury, if you are believers. If you do not, then take notice of a war by Allah and His Messenger. But if you repent, you may keep your capital, neither wronging, nor being wronged. O you who believe! Intoxicants, gambling, idolatry, and divination are abominations of Satan's doing. Avoid them, so that you may prosper. Those who consume the wealth of orphans illicitly consume only fire into their bellies, and they will roast in a blaze. The fifth purpose of Islamic law is to protect and uphold the rights to property and wealth. Sharia encompasses regulations that govern financial transactions, business dealings, inheritance, and charitable contributions. It prohibits actions such as gambling, theft, fraud, any kind of financial exploitation, and unjust enrichment. By preserving property rights, Sharia contributes to economic stability, social justice, and the equitable distribution of resources within society. For instance, usury or interest. This kind of financial dealing has become widespread in the world like a pandemic. Almost all the economy of the world and bank systems are relying on it on their financial dealings, even though it has serious repercussions on the society. When lenders charge exorbitant interest rates, borrowers may find themselves trapped in a cycle of debt that is difficult to escape. This can lead to financial ruin, stress, and even bankruptcy for those caught in this predicament. High rates of usury can also have wider societal implications. For example, individuals who are burdened by crushing debt may be unable to contribute to the economy in meaningful ways, such as purchasing goods and services or investing in their education or businesses. This can lead to a stagnation in economic growth and exacerbate existing inequalities. Furthermore, usury can also have negative impacts on mental health and well-being. The stress and anxiety caused by unmanageable debt can take a toll on a person's mental health, leading to issues such as depression and anxiety. In extreme cases, it can even lead to thoughts of self-harm or suicide. In some cases, usury can also contribute to a cycle of poverty and social exclusion. Individuals who are unable to access fair and affordable credit may struggle to make ends meet, leading to a downward spiral of financial instability. This can further widen the gap between the rich and the poor, creating a divided society where economic opportunities are limited for some. So, briefly, usury is the modern slavery of this era promoted and protected by the global capitalism. These 5 purposes of Islamic law serve as guiding principles aimed at achieving individual well-being, societal harmony, and justice in accordance with Islamic teachings. By upholding these objectives, Sharia provides a comprehensive framework for Muslims to live morally, ethically, and responsibly in all aspects of their lives. Things which are not welcomed in the materialistic worldview where money and power are the master. The greedy people who are in power would always favorite their own benefits over societal integrity. That's why they will always oppose, attack and try to radicalize Islamic teachings by mobilizing all their resources to control the media and portray this great religion as bad and evil.
ولا تحسبن الله غافلا عما يعمل الظالمون إنما يؤخرهم ليوم تشخص فيه الأبصار مهطعين مقنعي رؤوسهم لا يرتد إليهم طرفهم وأفئدتهم هواء ولا تحسبن الله غافلا عما يعمل الظالمون إنما يؤخرهم تشخص فيه الأبصار مهطعين مقنعي رؤوسهم لا يرتد إليهم طرفهم وأفئدتهم هواء وأنذر الناس يوم ياتيهم العذاب فيقول الذين ظلموا ربنا أخرنا إلى أجل قريب نجب دعوتك ونتبع الرسل أولم تكونوا أقسمتم من قبل ما لكم من زوال وسكنتم في مساكن الذين ظلموا أنفسهم وتبين لكم كيف فعلنا بهم وضربنا لكم الأمثال وقد مكروا مكرهم وعند الله مكرهم وإن كان مكرهم لتزول منه الجبال فلا تحسبن الله مخلف وعده رسله إن الله عزيز ذو انتقام يوم تبدل الأرض غير الأرض والسماوات وبرزوا لله الواحد القهار وترى المجرمين يومئذ مقرنين في الأصفاد
سرابيلهم من قطران وتغشى وجوههم النار ليجزي الله كل نفس ما كسبت إن الله سريع الحساب هذا بلاغ للناس ولينذروا به وليعلموا أنما هو إله واحد وليذكر أولو الألباب